I'm Dr. Bob Grakowski, and welcome back to the Better Brain Academy. Last time we talked, I wanted you to be more aware of when you were eating, the timing of the day, and also what you were eating. So for today's video, we're going to go more in depth into how to log what you're eating and what we call the 6 W's. So we're going to start with the last W, and that's why. Why are you even wanting to do this program? What changes do you want to actually make? Why is it something that now is the time to make some changes? It could be maybe what you've been doing is creating a lot of other health problems. You may be more aware of your future, and maybe it's now become a priority. Maybe it's because you're taking care of a family and maybe not meeting their nutritional needs. So we're going to spend a lot of time over these next 12 weeks really going into how each of these foods can affect not only how we feel, but our long-term health. But for today, I want you to look at why we're eating. So if we look at the handout that you have as an attachment, I want you to realize that why has a lot of reasons. So why are you eating at that time? Is it because it's time and I should be eating right now? Is it because you're hungry? Is it because it's convenient? Is it because it just smells good and it feels good to have that extra little sweet thing that you're smelling as you walk into a mall or walk into a place and it's just you want to treat yourself? Or is it because now is the time that's best for your overall nutritional consumption and to put fuel into your body? There's a lot of reasons why. And most of us, sometimes it's just timing. And we're just used to a certain time of the day. But I want you to become more aware of what is actually the best timing for you. We'll be talking more about phasing, meaning taking and consuming in over a shorter period of time to give your gut some relaxation time so that it can actually build a better gut biome. So in the handout, if we look at it from left to right, it'll say the first thing is when are you eating? So the first meal of your day, anything that crosses your lips should be recorded. So if you have a cup of coffee in the morning, that should be recorded. If you're having a bigger breakfast or maybe light snacks, even things like gum or lifesavers or candies or things, anything that you consume, I want you to take the next 72 hours and be super specific as far as when you're eating, what you're eating, and then I want you to look at your water consumption, the third W. So when, what, and our water. I have recorded what I've actually had as far as water, and I thought, yeah, I'm getting definitely my consumption of recommended water for the day. It should be about half of your body weight in ounces. And I really looked at it, and I was only getting about 50 ounces of water. And I thought I was getting a lot of water, but I wasn't getting enough. And when I actually became more aware of it and I started to drink water more often, then I actually started to fill in and to make sure that I was getting enough water consumption. What I really noticed was that by being less dehydrated, it actually helped my lungs more. I felt like I had a little bit less congestion. I also felt like I had less discomfort or achiness in the body. If we're dehydrated, you can have a lot of joint pain. The other thing that's important to understand is you're better to drink it throughout the entire day. Our kidneys will absorb about 4 ounces of water every 30 minutes. So if you're consuming water on a regular basis throughout the day, you're actually rehydrating the body and the cells. If you're drinking a big 32-ounce just to get your water consumption in, you're going to end up in the bathroom in about a half an hour. So try and sip water throughout the day. As I've taught this over the last several decades, what I find is people say, you know what, and when I'm doing that more often, I not only feel better, I just got it sitting on my desk, and I can just drink it just a few sips, and I feel like I have better clarity of mind, and I'm not in the bathroom as much. If I'm drinking it too quick, I'm actually just not hydrating the body. So look at your water consumption, which is the third column of the handout. Then I want you to look at where are you eating. That is also a critical thing. Are you eating on the run? I remember when I went to Long Beach State and I had a class at the upper campus and a class at the lower campus. It felt like I was up and back and forth throughout the day. And I would grab something to eat really quick and eat it in between classes, which set up a big habit pattern of just literally inhaling my food and not really stopping to taste it and enjoy it and getting the nutrients. So you want to make sure that when you're consuming food, it should be about the consumption of the food. And the less extraneous distractions you have, the better off. Eating in front of a television, you actually can stimulate hyperactivity. You're watching an action show and your digestion goes down. So it's better to eat in quiet. When Janine teaches her Ayurvedic classes, she talks to people about having a quiet meal at least once a week. That's where you don't read anything, you don't watch anything, and you don't speak. You actually are just stopping and tasting the food. The other thing that's important is, are you having a diet which is like a dashboard diet? So meaning that you're driving through a fast food restaurant and all you see is your dashboard. I want you to look at how many times a week that might happen, where you're eating in your car on the run. So we want to start to look at habit patterns, because all of these things make a difference in your overall nutritional uptake in the body. When you're eating it, what you're eating, which we'll get into a lot more in detail as we go through this, but your water consumption, where you're eating it, and why. Is it just because it's time, you want to feel good, or it's just because I should be eating right now, but are you really hungry at that point? So we're going to try and chunk this down so that you can look at what are the best times to eat, the best foods to eat, where to eat, and how to eat these processes. And the last W is our weight. That is probably the biggest motivator of why. A lot of people want to crash diet and lose some weight quickly. This is not a quick fix program. This is about finding your natural body constitution, what is best for your rhythms of your body type, and what is the best timing and the best foods to reduce inflammatory processes, but also increase your overall health and vitality. So I want you to print out the form, and I want you to keep track of it for the next 3 days. Be really tight on it for the next 3 days. When you're eating, what is crossing your lips, your water consumption, where you're eating it, and under the why section, am I eating it because it's just time, or am I eating it just because it's there and you're just snacking all day long, maybe having foods around as you're at your work desk? I want you to really look at that consciously, and then we'll start to record that. The next video will talk a little bit more about some of the omega-3 oils and the fatty acids, but also a little bit more how you can look at this over a 7-day period and have a little bit more flexibility as you go through these changes. This is Dr. Bob. I look forward to working with you, so make sure you print this out, and over the next few days, record your dietary consumption for your Better Brain eating plan. I'll look forward to talking to you soon.